Prison officers, have you ever met an inmate you respected greatly? In my 15 years working at the state penitentiary, I met thousands of inmates, but none like Anthony Walsh. He was serving 25 years for killing his daughter's abuser, and his story changed how I view justice. I remember his first day. Unlike most inmates who came in angry or scared, Anthony walked in calm, almost peaceful. During processing, he politely asked if he could keep a small photo of his daughter. It showed a young girl, maybe 8 years old, smiling at a birthday party. Working the night shift, I'd often see Anthony sitting in his cell, staring at that photo. One night, I asked him about his case. He told me how he'd been a single dad since his wife died of cancer. His daughter, Nicole, was everything to him. He worked 2 jobs, construction during the day, pizza delivery at night, just to give her a good life. Then his neighbor, Richard, offered to babysit Nicole while Anthony worked nights. Richard was retired, had grandkids of his own, seemed trustworthy. For 6 months, everything seemed fine. Nicole was happy, and Anthony could work without worry. But one evening, Nicole wouldn't eat dinner. She barely spoke, kept flinching when Anthony tried to hug her. After gentle questioning, she broke down. Richard had been hurting her, threatening to harm Anthony if she told anyone. It had been going on for months. Anthony called the police immediately. They investigated, but Richard was well connected in their small town. His brother was the police chief, his cousin a judge. The case was dismissed for lack of evidence. Richard even filed a harassment lawsuit against Anthony. Nicole started having nightmares. She wouldn't leave her room, stopped going to school. Anthony found her trying to hurt herself one night, saying she felt dirty. He took her to therapy, but she kept getting worse. Then one morning, Anthony went to wake Nicole for school. She had taken all her anxiety medications at once. He rushed her to the hospital, but it was too late. She left a note saying she couldn't live with the memories anymore. Anthony told me how he sat in his truck outside Richard's house that night, watching him host a birthday party for his grandkids like nothing had happened, like he hadn't destroyed a little girl's life. Something in Anthony snapped. He waited until the party ended, walked up to Richard's door. When Richard opened it, Anthony didn't say a word, just pulled out a hammer and made sure Richard would never hurt another child. As Anthony finished his story, he looked at me and said, "I know what I did was wrong, but every day she suffered. Every time I failed to protect her, that was wrong too. At least now, I'm the only one living with consequences." Here's the part that really got to me. Anthony started a support group in prison for other inmates' kids who'd been abused. He couldn't save his daughter, but he was determined to help others. Used his commissary money to buy them books, helped pay for their therapy. Word spread about what Richard had done. Other victims came forward, 3 more girls, all silenced by his connections. Richard's brother lost his job as police chief. The judge who dismissed Nicole's case was disbarred for corruption. Anthony served every day of his sentence without complaint. When he was released last year, dozens of families were waiting outside. Parents whose children he'd helped, kids who'd grown up with his support. They raised money for his fresh start.